Hey, Shalou, good to see you again.
Hi, Dave. It's nice to see you too.
It was with great pleasure I read your first draft of your blog post that's in today's um, blog, I guess. Very, very interesting. I'm wondering what was going through your head as you were prepping that and pulling it together for today.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Well, I was really prompted by a recent experience I had. I was interviewing for a research assistant, and one of the candidates I met with was a English as an additional language student on campus. And I noticed that she kept apologizing for her English, for her accent to me and the other person who was interviewing her. And I kept trying to reassure her it was totally fine, and I'm here to really understand her experience and really keen to get to know her. But she kept coming back to this feeling of needing to apologize, and it made me wonder how this might have occurred for her. How often had she felt she had to apologize, or did something happen in her context that she might have been shamed for her English, for her accent, and just made me curious as to how that happens, how often this might happen in our environment. And I wanted to write about that.
Well, it certainly your passion for it certainly comes across on the page. I'm wondering in regards to how people where English is their first language. How do we position ourselves to be more in tuned to how we may create an invisible bias around people where English is a second language or an alternative language?
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones that maybe is a little more invisible when we recognize differences through accent. And as a leader, I would really want to consider being reflective in those moments of, am I really engaged and listening carefully to the speaker? Are there any judgments coming across my mind right now, any assumptions that I'm making? And to have that introspection of really thinking about what's going on for me in this moment, and am I giving enough time and space for the individual that I'm talking with to get their point across? What can I do to make it more comfortable for them too?
Well, I mean, we could talk at length about this. I mean, as I said, the passion for your work and for this particular circumstance jumps off the page. Um, it seems to me that maybe this is be a good place for us to jump off and encourage people to read the blog. And then if they got further questions about how to lean into this behavior, how to be curious and to engage in self-improvement and inclusion, to reach out and give you a shout.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, I'm really here to support leaders who are really wanting to create those conditions in their environments and their teams that really allow everyone to show up to do their best work and feel like they belong.
That's great. All right, Shalou, I'll let you go. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Thanks, Dave.
Cheers.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.